So obviously, I haven't been on the council for a while. You're on the council, so you're gonna know more about what's going on than I do right now. So I'm gonna kind of leave this with you. But I just want to know, like, is there any changes coming with governance itself? Any other things that are being talked about right now? I know Dagonite had brought up something about cutting the council pay. It sounded is that been has that gone through? Is council pay already going to be cut for the next epoch?
So yeah, he proposed cutting pay by 2/3, so leaving 1/3. So instead of 1,500 for the ICC is 500. Instead of 3,750, it's gonna be 1,250
And has
for
that
the IMC.
passed? Has that passed?
It's well, first he proposed it, and from the ICC, and especially from my side, we said we want to have revisions there. We want to have at least a scalable model for this pay cut. Because what happens if Illuvium does really good in the next few months? We're gonna have to revisit this again and up it again. Because if the project is doing well, there is no reason for us to not have a decent pay for the council and actually attract high qualified people. So it didn't seem very scalable. So what we suggested was bringing in a scalable pay model that is tied to the revenue that Illuvium is making. And basically what it's looking right now is once Illuvium breaks even, so we get enough revenue that we don't burn into our treasury. At this point, we're gonna be returned roughly to the values that we have right now, to the old pay. And
Okay.
so this has been updated, this has been revised, and it has been passed on a ICC and IMC level. We did have a supermajority vote. We needed 7 out of 10 to vote for it, so it didn't go first ICC and then IMC. It was a combined voting, and that went through, and it has been passed. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, honestly, the first thing I saw, and I'm not on the council. I'm considering, running again for this next council, but so it doesn't really affect me directly. But I was thinking right away with, you cut it down by 2/3, and I feel like especially those people who are in the IMC right now, they might decide that this past epoch was their last one, and they might just leave. And I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Someone like, Annie, he's been in there for a while. He's obviously great. He's the CEO of ETH Lizards, hoping they do well as we go forward. But cutting the pay like this might be, it might be that one thing that's, says something for Annie, like, I'm going to, finally leave this, let somebody else take a spot in the IMC. And again, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Maybe shuffling things up for this next epoch will be a good thing. But who knows? I don't know. Maybe everybody who will want to just run again and see if they can keep those spots. I don't know. Things have obviously been slow. I haven't been hearing too much on the governance side, or really from the people in the IMC. Like I haven't
Yeah.
heard much from Scrubber Dub Dad in a long time. But
Yeah.
I'm also not in the Discord as much as I used to, so maybe I'm just missing things.
Yeah, I think there's two ways that it can go with the reduced pay. Either there's people coming in, they're like, all right, I get a low pay, so I'm going to put in low hours. So basically, they're just going to do the absolute basic requirements, the absolute minimum, which is fair, right? That's what you're getting paid for. We even had people this epoch who did the absolute minimum, and so you can never really. Well, we tried to incorporate. I think I'm still going to try to push for a proposal where we get more accountability for council members. So you actually have to show, hey, this is what I did last month, and to have something, it's really hard. You cannot put like you have to put in this amount of hours because it's a little bit more variable than that. Sometimes you need triple the amount of hours. Sometimes there's not so much going on, but some kind of accountability would be good, so we can counter the paycheck collectors a little bit. But we're definitely going to get that more if we reduce pay. And the other people who are going to be interested in is people like me who have like the YouTube channel, who have like other Illuvium based businesses or interests. So it helps me out in so many ways because my personal investment, my business investment, my brand, my job, everything is in Illuvium. So might as well get involved more. So I will do it no matter the pay. And then we got big Illuvium enthusiasts that would also want to like to go in there. It's not all bad, but it's definitely in the long run, if we succeed, we should have a high pay and really attract high qualified people, because with 1,200 and we still have a little bit of risk involved with it, we're not going to attract those very highly qualified people. But yeah, once we break even, right now it's more about semantics, I think, more about being unified with the team who had to take pay cut. So I think the council is just following suit with the team, reducing the burn, and then in the long run, once we succeed, we can get back up there and hopefully improve council even more.